welcome to another segment of Own It with OV. I'm your host as usual, and today's topic of discussion is friendship and entrepreneurship. I'll be having a guest speaker join me in 1 or 2 minutes. All right, so I would like to go ahead and give a brief meaning of what friendship means to me in my own view. So for me, everyone definitely have the different ideas as to what it might mean. It's a very wild word, but for me, it's a state of mutual trust and support from persons or group of people. So, in other words, and a simpler term, friendship is a relationship between friends. So, that's like in a layman word, it's a relationship between friends. So on today's discussion, I'll be adding Okojie Ese. So she's going to be giving me her own insights as to what this term means and how she has been able to navigate friendship and business as well. And we'll get to know her. She'll give us brief introduction to our business, and we'll go right into the conversation. All right, guys. So welcome with me, Okojie Ese. She's the owner of Jade's Hair. Hi, Ese.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hello, good evening. So, kindly go ahead and give us a brief introduction about yourself.
Oh, good evening, everybody. Like I am Ese Okojie, owner of JD Hairs.
Yes.
And I didn't start off entrepreneurship with hair business. I started off with clothes some time back. So I'm just going to dive in because we started a little late. So I will just dive into my journey so far. So like I rightly said, I started. Can you all hear me? I don't know. This is my first time joining a live session.
Yeah, you said that, but I can hear you clearly.
Okay, so I started off sometime in 2017 when I realized that I had 0 naira in my account. So I started off with clothes business, drop shipping to be precise. So I was just posting clothes and I have others. I was partnering with a cousin.
Okay.
So the clothes business was kind of very taxing, and I wasn't really getting much, but I was having so much troubles because it's just mere pictures. I'm not really seeing it. I'm just like a middleman. And when the customers get it, they're like, oh no, this is not what I want. And then you have to do a refund. You have to retrieve so much troubles on small change.
Yeah.
So I think sometime in, if I'm correct, 2019 January, I switched to the hair business because I thought I should be able to make something good off the stress, if that makes sense. Like I should see what I am stressing myself for.
Yes.
Because to be very honest, the margin for hair is quite better than clothes business, right?
Yes. So far, what has been your challenge as for transiting from your drop shipping with your clothing business to your hairline?
So the challenge for me is having a physical store. I think that's number one.
Oh, okay.
Because I started off with the clothing business. I could understand how Instagram works because I was doing my marketing majorly on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I could understand how the business works on Instagram, and I could put my page in a way that people can see and they are quite comfortable to patronize. You understand? But my major challenge has been having a physical store because hair is expensive and nobody just wants to throw their money into a vendor's hand that they don't know.
Exactly.
Before it happens that what I ordered versus what I got. So most of them are always requesting to come to my physical shop and see before they pay. So I think that's been my major challenge so far.
So far, I'm sure you've been able to navigate through it, and you're definitely even without the physical store.
So I would say to an extent, I'm a good salesperson. I try to convince them, at least give live videos. Okay, this is me. This is the hair. You understand? And also, I do refund if like terms and conditions apply. So it's not like you just get the hair and actually what you want, but you're pushing for a refund. No, like
Yeah.
we should be able to come to a specific
An agreement.
point or agreement that
Yeah.
okay, yes, this is why you want a refund, and I can see that yes, it is, and so it makes it easier for me. I give them return policy, but most times I don't have to return, or they don't have to return.
Okay, okay. Then I really think I understand your point of view on there. Because I remember when I wanted to get help from you as well, you showed me the videos before we went ahead and have a little conversations as to that. Okay, so JD, I would like us to go back to the conversation for today, friendship and entrepreneurship. So I stated earlier on what, to my own point of view, what I feel friendship, the meaning is. So I would like you to go ahead if you have any different view on that or what other meaning you have as to it.
So, what you said is correct. Your close acquaintances, your friends that give mutual support, your
Yeah.
the close circle. So, I for one, I would define friends as someone that has a very very close relationship with you, like know you in and out.
Yeah.
But then again, in the business world, you could also have acquaintances as friends,
Yeah.
and not necessarily those that are very close to you, because we are going to be discussing friendship and entrepreneurship. So I'm going to leave it a little broad. So I will quickly say that ideally, most persons that start off a business, they have this mentality that my friends should be able to kickstart this business for me.
Yes.
And which, in my opinion, is not correct. I don't think it is fair on your friends to be the one to push your business that only you sat down to say, I want to start. So I think I like this topic because most times when people come to me, they're like, my friends is not patronizing me. I don't get support from my friends. Or some would come off with the impression that, oh, once I start a business, at least my friends can. So most times I try to kill that mentality that no, if you want to start a business, you need to come up with strategies.
True.
Yeah, you need to have strategies to push your business because narrowing it down to my own kind of business, hair is expensive and it's not something people buy every day. You understand? So of course I should be able to put into consideration that my friends might not be able to afford this hair I'm selling. And also, even if they try to push it, I think the best a friend can do is to give that support is probably just try to shout your name out there.
Yeah.
Like
referrals.
To add volume to your business. Like, oh, this is JD hair, you understand? But to make it a problem that they are not patronizing you, it's wrong. So yeah, I just think that as a business person, you have to come up with strategies because again, if you know what you want, that is your goal or your target for the month, for example, you should be able to understand that your friends cannot give you that figure.
True.
So when you want to be a proper entrepreneur or a proper business person, you should have all this at the back of your mind, and then that's where your whole strategies come into play for you to push to get what you want. Yeah.
So in other words, how would you say you've been able to handle getting a no response from your friends? Like maybe for instance, even if they're not patronizing, you look up to them to be able to repost, support in other ways, even if they're not buying the product from you at that time. So how do you handle the no, like, when they're not able to do that most of the time?
For me, I am a very open-minded person, and like I said, because I know what I wanted of this business, I wasn't really basing it off on friends on what they can offer.
Yeah.
But I think I have been very lucky with my circle of friends, that very close friends I know I have. Patronizing me is more like an achievement to them.
Really?
Yes. And then over time, I understood that the business will grow more on referrals, and they've been able to help me in that aspect. Yes, although some I think I had an experience. I posted. So I'm someone that I'm always supportive, even if close to you or not, so long as you are on my contact list on WhatsApp now, for example, and I see you post a flyer, you post something,
Yeah.
and I just feel like, oh, this could catch my audience, that's my contact eyes as well. So I just screenshot, even without your request, I
Yeah.
will post on the status. So I like I said, because I am not giving the responsibility to my friends, I usually don't do this. Send my flyers to go and say, please help me repost. You get, I really don't do that. But there was a day I posted on my WhatsApp status, and I just said, please kindly repost. And just a few persons. So usually I turn off my read receipts on WhatsApp, but
Yeah.
for that purpose I turned it on. So I was so I could
See people that
see the people
view
that.
it.
So I saw that, oh, majority viewed, and they didn't really care to repost. And at that point, it
Wow.
got to me because I felt, oh, I am this supportive person. Like I keep reposting for,
Even without
especially the
them
business.
asking.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
today I posted, and nobody is even seeing the need to post. So
Yeah.
I felt bad, but again, I just have to pick it up that, oh no, if they want to, you understand, they can. If they don't want to, it's fine. It's not like
Right.
really that strategy doesn't really most of the time give you sales, to be honest. Even if as
True.
many of them will post on their WhatsApp status,
True.
majority of 95% of the time it doesn't give you sales. You get, it's only when someone directly say, oh, I've bought from this person, or they've seen your hair with someone and they request, and then the contact flows. But say on WhatsApp status, just randomly posting, most people don't really reach out to you from their own side. So I think that's basically
Again.
it. My friends have been supportive. I've had one or two each with friends buying from me, but
Yeah.
I think I've just been able to manage it perfectly well because most times I take the good of people and just base everything off that, and not, oh, because you are my friend you want to fight me, you
Yeah.
understand, on this and then. So I just try to balance everything off because naturally I don't like wahala. So yes, I've had issues with friends, but again, like I said, I would even rather my friends not buy from me. You understand?
Yeah.
Because to be honest, as an entrepreneur, you will notice that or realize that your friends are the ones that give you the biggest issue when they buy from you
I get.
than outsiders. So that's basically it for me.
So for me, I feel like there are different ways as to how I think I've handled getting no as a reply from, especially from my friends, especially like because I'm like more of a loner. I don't really have much friends as per se. I'm not really a social person. So like I feel
Yeah.
like there are different ways as to how I've handled it. I've had scenarios whereby I took it like so personal. I felt hurt because, as you just said, I myself I support without anybody even asking. Even most of the time, even when I don't even need, I even patronize. Like even
Yeah.
when I don't even need, but I don't mind. I'm going to buy. I'm going to repost it. Do something for you, like just to make it feel like you have somebody that's supporting you one way or the other. And at other
Yeah.
time, I've also seen it as a form of redirection. If that person is like saying no at that time, it's giving me the chance to be able to think out of the box. Like as you said earlier, decide to make have a good strategy as to how to patronize, as to have an outsider patronize me. Like in the sense that if my own friend at that time is not seeing the need for my service or to buy my product, what about an outsider that don't know me? How will I be able to convince this person like you should patronize me? Like I feel like it's also giving me like another form of redirection and how to strategize as well as manage my friendship and still know that I'm running my business and my friendship doesn't really have any it shouldn't really have any effect on it at that time. At that time. All right, so I want to go over to this next question, but I feel like we already kind of like had that conversation already, managing the friendship and business. I think we already like kind of like had the conversation. So and as at the
Yeah.
same time, you've already stated friends play different roles, even if they don't repost, if they repost in which way, so long as they contribute and support in whatever way they can. Some people might not actually repost and they'll be like telling their friends, "You want to buy hair? I have somebody that have a," or like even without reposting on their status,
Yeah.
they can just refer. I see this girl, she posts this, and you want this, this person sells this hair or something like that, even without reposting actually. All right. So I wanted to ask this question. So far, what have been your motivation with all the challenges you face, with all the experience transiting?
Mm.
You didn't. So before I skip this part, you didn't mention your nail business, because I think you were doing so awesome with that.
Okay, so let me quickly go through that.
Yeah.
The nail business. So while I think I was doing a 9 to 5 with my business, right?
Yeah.
Because even if I want to do entrepreneur, I am this career oriented lady.
Yeah.
So I was trying to marry both. So I think December 2021, I resigned from my place of work.
Okay.
So I realized that the personal nail business was doing very well, and for the fact that I am someone that don't like fixing my nails, I thought it wise that, oh, this personal nails is something you just fix and you take off in space of say few hours, or if you want, you
Yeah.
can leave it for a week. Against the acrylic nails, you go and just glue to your nails that
Yeah.
stays for 3 weeks.
Yes.
About. So I thought, oh, with the proceeds I've gotten from my hair business, I can start off something with the nail, personal nails. So I introduced Flawless Nail Brand, I think January
Yeah.
2022. About. I was very
Yeah.
passionate about it, quite interesting, creating content, reels, and all that. But then
Sincerely.
Nigeria happens to that business. It was doing really great, like you said.
Yes.
I would say it was doing even better than my hair business, because even if the profit margin is low, the turnover was high because I
Mm-hmm.
had more clients here. But then, I think sometime last year in March, if I'm not mistaken, Nigeria put a limit, or CBN put a limit, this $20 limit on our cards, because
I'm
I was
telling
buying
you.
straight from China through AliExpress.
Oh,
So I couldn't continue the purchase.
purchase.
And then, as at the time, I was going through some emotional problems. So everything just clashed at the same time, and so I just paused the business. So even the stock I had back then, I just restocked at the time. I couldn't put myself together to push it out. So um, when it was December last year, the festive period, while I was doing my December sales, I just try as much as possible to add it to my customers' packages as freebies. I still have it now, and everybody that buys, I just add it to it. That was a lot of money spent, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Yeah, so that's for the flawless nails. That's the closed chapter. And speaking of what motivates me is, I think my motivation comes from within, the fact that I do not want to be average, the fact that I know that I like these things. Like, you should see the people's DM I enter to ask, how much do you sell this? And the prices they are giving me is nothing close to my account balance. So I'm that
Yeah.
kind of person, and because of that, I just push myself to be consistent with my business and also the 9 to 5 combined. And yeah, that's it. And then I have some mentors, business mentors. I have Ola of Ola's Grace. I'm always proud to call her. And then I have Amara of Seven Figure Chick. Yeah,
Okay.
so those two persons, they inspire me a lot, and they give me a lot of insights on how to grow my business as well. So yeah, that's it.
I believe with your with the explanation you gave on the nail, I think that's also also another push and motivation as well. Because especially when we are in a country that we all want something good out of it at the end of the day, but the country itself keep trying to
It's not
just
helping
drag us
us.
back. It just doesn't
Yeah,
want us to move forward. Even when you on your own, you decide, okay, I just want to try, I just want to do this on my own. Something the country itself will tell you no, come back, like something like that. Because
I'm
I've
telling
been
you.
having that experience with the dollar limit as far since last year. I haven't also been able to run ads on my business pages Because the last ones I ran, I had to pay double of it because the black market rate is not the same with the CBN rate. So whenever I try to use any other dollar account or any other app that is
I
running with
think
a dollar
it's
account,
actually tax. They tax you. That's why
exactly,
it's seeming like it's
and
more. Yes.
I have to pay double the price. If I'm running an advert for a month that is costing me about 50 or 40,000, I'll have to pay double the price. And I remember seeing your post about you paying your last.
Yes.
And I was like,
Like I rightly said, and I would just say in case there's anyone going through that on here,
yeah,
the prepaid option is best because I too face the same problem with my JBL business account
yeah.
on Instagram. So, like you said, I just paid off that debt yesterday since last year. So, what I did because they kept threatening to block my page because I
Really?
was owing. So, I paid a digital marketer to create a prepaid account for me, whereby I just fund my account prior to when I want to run my ads. So I just have my phone reading there. I don't even have to put or save my card details.
Yeah.
It's just an instant online transaction where they add money to your account. And whenever I want to run ads, it runs on my current balance. You understand? So immediately they saw I was doing that, they were no longer threatening to block or stop my ads. So what I did was just monthly I tried to impute because I noticed when I put in 6,000, I believe that is equivalent to the $20. When I put in 6,000 a month, they debit it. When I put in so anytime I remember, I just do that, and that was how I was able to pay off the postpaid.
So how were you
account.
able to fund the account? Was it the digital person that helped you with that?
No, I funded it myself. I funded it myself.
Bank account.
Yeah, the only thing is my Facebook manager ads account is complicated thanks to me. I don't know what I did with it, but I couldn't on my own create the prepaid account. So that was why I paid him to do that. So immediately he did that. Every other thing I handled by myself.
Oh, okay. So it's just for the person to create the prepaid account on the ad manager.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I learned something today as well. So okay, that's a good one. Thank you. So far for me as well, motivation has come as in different form. My own self not wanting to be average as you stated. Though right now I'm not doing a 9 to 5. Then I was doing a 9 to, or a 10 to 10 actually. I was really working pretty late then, but now I'm no more working. I'm just trying to manage my business and still be able to do other things for myself. So, but for me, I feel like my biggest motivation, which I still think is the same thing, but I still feel like the fact that there are bills to be paid, I need to make money, I need to be able to, at least enjoy myself once in a while.
Yeah.
It also gives you that motivation that you need to be involved in something, you need to be creative with something, because you cannot always rely on somebody or something else to give you the fund if you are not making ends meet at the end of the day. So for me, that has been my motivation. So I would like to ask you this question. I think it's the last or second to last question. How have you been able to manage your friendship and your business? Like, how have you been able to, if you have you stated earlier, like when friends patronize you, sometimes there are a little bit of issues and all that. So how have you been able to manage friendship, maybe in a business wise, and then there's an issue or something, and how have you been able to manage and put it all back in a professional setting?
Okay, so I think personally I've just had this one experience with a friend, a very close friend, and I would just use that as an instance because that's the only experience I've had basically, aside the fact that there's some other few friends that want to patronize the bigger brands. Maybe they just, I don't know.
Yes.
Because there's one that came to me saying, "Oh, I said I want to patronize so person," and I'm like, "Hope you've gone through the reviews from patronizing this person. You understand?" Yeah. And she said, "No, I just want to give it a try and see." And I said, "Okay, whatever. Me too. I want to. You understand?
Yes.
From your own experience, at least firsthand, that it's not just what people are saying online." So she went ahead to buy it, and the worst actually happened. Like our expectations were not cut short. You understand? So she's someone that buys from me, but I understand that she also wants to try other persons. And I think that's what I didn't mention. Um, Tasking your friends or putting your friends under the pressure of, oh, they should buy from you. The fact that they too might have other friends
Yeah.
that are selling the same thing you are
Yeah.
selling. You understand? So you shouldn't always feel bad when you see them maybe with, like I will always narrow it down to myself. You see them with the hair and say, oh, this person you didn't buy it from me. You understand? But you should understand that person also has another friend that they want to support. So taking it down to trying to manage friendship and business, I said I'm going to give an instance of one friend. She joined the life. I don't know if she's still on. So
Okay.
what happened was she bought hair, bone straight, and I delivered to her. It was on pre-order, so it took some weeks to get through. Not just her, like some other clients as well, but some other friends also bought. So she bought the hair. Um, um, I delivered, and then I think she gave me a perfect review. Oh, I like the hair because I delivered, I think, personally to her. And then there's a friend of hers also that bought from another vendor.
Okay.
I think same length or just 2 inches difference.
Sorry.
So as my friend, they compared it. So it's nice. Even yours is fairly okay in price and all that.
Yeah.
So after some time, not like this sometime, I can't really remember, but it was maybe in the space of 1 week. She came back saying, oh, she doesn't like the hair, it's flying, that she washed it because it was having this odor. So you understand
she washed
that
it herself.
She took it to
for
hair laundry guys.
Okay.
So she was like, it had this smell, and she needed to wash it. I'm like, it's a new hair. Of course, hairs come with their own peculiar smell. You understand?
Yeah.
Or she said, no, this is something she didn't like. I said, you should have told me or insisted that you wanted to return it rather than washing it. You understand?
First,
So she claimed the guy washed it and she doesn't like the outcome of it. I'm like, you washed a new hair you just got in the space of 1 week and you are pushing that you want to return it. So if you returned it just the way I gave you, it's fine.
Yeah.
Not that you have washed it, you dipped it in water. So I cannot even sell it. You understand? I can't sell it. It's
not like a fairly used.
Yeah, but then it was a different whole story. Like she was filming, she was ready to fight. That no, I have to report. I can't tell her that. And so, like this is someone I knew way back, and like I said earlier when I started was when I deal with friends, like people I really call my friends. I most times when they cross the line or do anything that hurts me, I just hold on to the good side that, oh, this person has been good, this person, you understand, and take whatever judgment I have to take on that. So that was what I did. By the time she was fooling and telling me, oh, her friend's own, the quality is better, this and that, I said, okay, fine, no problem. It took me time. It was really difficult for me, but I said, okay, as a hair vendor, I wasn't supposed to take the hair back. I said, bring the hair back. Let me even see it. And then she gave it back to me. So I was like, what's come to what? I'm just going to take it for myself and probably refund you part. Yeah.
Okay.
So she returned the hair. She was like, even if I'm not going to refund, I should just take it. She cannot use it or stuff like that. I don't know. I would say luckily for me, there's this friend that came from Dubai. She stayed in my house, and then she saw the hair. I narrated to her, and she was like, "This hair is not that bad. She can always pick it up from where it is. She can always pick it up from where it is. I mean, like try to maybe revamp it and all that. That she was going to buy the hair from me just so I can refund my friend. So this is another friend rescuing me from a friend. So that was what basically happened. Even if she told me she couldn't pay everything in full, that my friend is from Dubai, she gave me part, and then I just completed this with my own money and refunded the other lady. So I will tell you that if tomorrow I lost 20K on that hair, because a friend of mine, I think she bought that hair 190. I refunded her 190, if I'm not mistaken, and then my friend paid 170. That's the other friend that bought it paid 170. So I couldn't go back to her to say, they balance me off the 20,000, because I know that what she did was more like rescuing me from the whole you get. So that was what happened. But then moving forward, like I said, this friend of mine that came to return the hair, we are still 5 and 6. You understand? We still talk. So we just resolved that, and we fell back on being friends and just keeping the friendship with no bad blood. Nobody's referring to what happened in the past, and you understand. So I think that's basically it for me.
That
the
was
only
a
one
very
experience,
well
bad
managed.
experience I had. But I think we were talking which day, and we were like, thank God for the grace to skate through that side of it, because some people could have turned to enemies because of that. You understand?
True.
Yeah.
That was a very well managed situation, because it could have gone either ways. If there was a situation whereby you were not able to sell it, at that rate, or you didn't get someone to sell it, you refunding from your own end might take a while, and she might not be that understanding, as or
and of course, like, ideally, I wasn't even supposed to collect that hair, because you have contact, you put it in water, like other vendors that are my friends, like, they were like, no, you can't do that. You understand? You can't do that and accept the hair. But I don't know. I think I'm just
most of the times when it's an outsider, I also feel like most of the times when it's an outsider, we handle it differently at the end of the day. But most times when it's like it's someone it's someone I'm acquainted to, you can see that like I come to your house, you feel like I'm going to hold you, but the person you can't really see is online. Okay, go to that shop, you might never see the owner there. The sales girl will keep telling you there's nothing I can do or something, At the end of the day, I feel like
I think, speaking of that, I don't take advantage of the fact that because you don't know me, I'm going to treat you anyhow.
Yeah.
You understand? Because most times it's the strangers that help you push your business. Most times. So even coming from that angle that, because I don't really, I can always tell you stories and you just have to accept it. That's why I said I give return. I've responded to a stranger before. Oh, you don't want it. Or, you understand. So because it's a business I'm trying to grow, so I don't want to grow it in a light where people will have bad reviews at the end of the day.
Exactly. But I'm sure there are people, there are online hair vendors I've seen on the blogs and all that they don't really also care and all that stuff. Some people don't really take exactly. They don't really take that much interest in it, because they feel like it's business and it's whatever it has been and all that. But I'm sure that most of them
try to take advantage. Sorry to cut you. Some persons also try to take advantage of that refund policy stuff, and for the fact that maybe you are soft and you are giving them audience all the time. So that's why most other vendors would just put out the straight face to you. Because people can be so funny. You understand? Customers also can be so funny. It's not like there's anything wrong. They just want to humble.
Yes. I totally get that. Like that's like, it's like different scenarios, different ways you need to handle things. Like there's always different situations, different scenarios, and we need to also learn different techniques on how to handle it, whether as friends or strangers, whichever that is also our clients and our customers. You just need to have a good management technique at the end of the day. So me personally, I've not really also have that much of a bad experience though. I think most of my places have been booked by my friends and all that. I've not really had that much, but I think I've had like a situation with someone that is like kind of like my boss in the work field. So he had a client that had that was it was lodged at my service apartment. So they had an issue. I think they broke some things in their apartment and they didn't let me know. So they checked out without even informing me that these things were damaged or something and all that. And usually we take caution fee, because we know situations like that will definitely arise. whenever people are in properties that is not their own, they tend to not care that much. So now he's calling for
Yeah.
excursion fee, and I'm like, there's things in the house that is broken, you know.
Yeah.
And the way he was going with, with threats and all this thing, I'm like, there's nothing I can do. If his friend had come up to
Exactly.
me, let me know, okay, this is what happened, then I would have been able to like talk to the owner before they. It's not like the housekeeper will go to clean up and see that things have been damaged and they left without saying anything. That makes it look more like they were trying to hide or cover up the whole situation at the end of the day.
Mhm.
But still top it up, we had that issue, and I explained to him. I went to the property myself. I did the videos of everything that was broken. I sent to him and all that, and he was like, no problem. And even after that, I still gave him another apartment for him and his friends and his visitors. So I still feel like at the end of the day, there are different
Of course.
situations that will test people. It just depends on
Yeah.
how both of you as friends have been able to manage your relationship properly as well. So that's a
Yeah.
good one. So I wanted to just ask, let me kind of like wrap it up more as we're already running out of time. So I wanted to ask, what advice would you give for the younger ladies, an upcoming entrepreneur, or let's say me, myself, what advice would you give someone that is still trying to go into a new business, that's still trying to figure out or get a good idea on what business to go into?
Okay. So I think the one advice I would give is just to stay focused because the, the entrepreneurship is taxing. It's
It's
a
a,
whole lot. Like most times I sit down and I'm just trying to calculate, okay, what's next? What can I do to push this, to do, you understand? So it's
yeah,
a whole lot. You might just start out and get discouraged. Yeah, so I would advise upcoming entrepreneurs to be focused and consistent. Consistent, oh my X factor. To be
can't be
consistent
overemphasized.
with whatever they are doing to
Yeah,
push their business. Sometimes I feel like nobody is patronizing, nobody is seeing me. I'm not making sales. I'm just running my data and whatnot. But trust me, someone out there is watching. And
watching.
yeah, because I actually experienced that actually while I was still running the clothing business. I just kept posting and posting, and I was okay with engagements I was getting, even if I wasn't really making sales on
Sales.
Instagram. I think my sales was coming more from Facebook and
Oh,
WhatsApp. Yeah, but then there's this lady that just sent me a message randomly. She was like, "Oh, I see I've been following you for JD, rather, that's what they know me as. JD, I've been following you for a year on IG and I want to purchase some items." I'm like, wow.
really?
So she was actually, yeah, she was actually just observing me for that
Mm-hmm.
long period of time because like I said earlier, online vendors we go through this whole scam. We don't know if they're
Yes.
going to deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the main thing is to just be consistent with what you are doing, even if it's seeming like you are not making sales, because when that one customer, two, three comes, it's going to be massive. And I should quickly say that in fact, the lady called the whole of Abuja to my business. Immediately she purchased that one time. Yeah. So it's even till now that inspires me or motivates me and push me to
Yeah.
keep posting. Even if I don't run ads, I just try as much
What?
as possible because I know that there's one or two person that is just
Watching.
watching and observing me.
That's a that's a very inspiring story. Because most
Yeah.
times, so I myself, when I also started, it wasn't that easy for me. I actually like, even getting properties is the first situation I faced. Getting properties, because especially when you're just starting new, some people don't believe you can even handle the property. You're not even going to bring anybody. They are first going to be asking, do you have anybody? Do all these questions? Because they're already doubting if you have the ability to deliver.
Yeah.
They're even doubting you whether you can even do anything at all. So that doubt
Yeah.
comes in first, especially for a first timer, someone that is just starting something new. But as time goes on, some people give the opportunity, they give you the chance that go ahead, okay, let's just see. And with that, I was able to acquire as much property as I could get, whenever I need and all that stuff. So even with the fact that I've been posting for a long time, I've really not really had friends like really book for me. But for a few times now, I've had some people call me, hello, I got my number from, do you know, like my friends, I'm like, this person doesn't even post my stuff. I don't even see this person comment or anything, but the person is, you know, referring out to people and all that. So most times at the end of the day, you might just think, oh, nobody is watching and all that. But sincerely, people are watching. Even if it's not your friend, it might be a stranger, anybody from anywhere can be watching, and they're just watching to see if this person is even legit, you know, because it might post initially. After a few months, yeah, off the face of earth and all that. So most like that's the situations we face as an online vendor, as earlier stated. Okay, and Jade, so I wanted to, you know, let me summarize or conclude the segment with this topic of discussion. So Saturday is the governorship election for different states in Nigeria with the, I think, some representative. So I had a conversation about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. That was before the presidential election. And the topic of discussion was election and businesses. So I would like you to give me 1 or 2 insights as to what you feel this conversation is all about from your own view. What do you think, or how do you think election, businesses, how they affect each other, and how, you know, they have a good or negative impact on the situation?
You see, the election issue, it has caused a lot of problems in the past 2 weeks. Right? So I think this last election we just had, presidential election, I was really involved, like trying to understand, oh, is this going to be actually free and fair? Are we going to have the right to vote in who we want? Like, I was really involved because I am one that has lost hope in Nigeria and the electoral processes because of the whole constant rigging they've been doing through the years. So I observed that during this last election, most businesses just closed up because it's a sensitive period. One, it's a time to put into consideration your safety. So even those that have physical stores, they were at a point in time just in their houses, making sure that they are safe after the whole election process. And online vendors too, I noticed that everybody just stopped posting business and bashing themselves on who is voting for LP and who is voting for APC, PDP, and whatnot. So so I realized that it was just a general halt period for most businesses, which I don't think is a bad idea, because we as the Nigerian youth, we are just so focused on, or we are, because we are still in that process of regaining our country. Like, we want to win. So everybody has just been involved. Let's put the business in hold, because the present government has affected our own businesses, like I said earlier. So I don't think it's actually affected business negatively. I mean, the election process, because like I said, everybody just needed to take a break to get involved. But coming from the angle of your choice of candidates, I think that has affected some person's businesses, because most people has been in their emotions, and this person is bashing the next person, like I said, oh, why will you vote? Oh, why are you not obedient and all that? And some persons are burning bridges. So I think I noticed one vendor trying to stay neutral because she doesn't know where her clients or who her clients are standing with, just so she doesn't lose customers.
Anybody, right?
So for me too, I tried as much as possible, not because of my business anyway, but because I don't want to go from 0 to 100 on anybody. You understand? Because that period, like I said, was very sensitive to a lot of people.
It was very sensitive.
I said inclusive, very sensitive. And saying the fact that on that very day they were oppressing us from voting. We already saw that there were some misrepresentation presentations and the whole thing
Yes.
was looking shabby already. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
I just took some time to get to understand the whole thing, and at a point where I realized I was getting worked up, I just took some time off social media. I just chose not to pay attention to whatever the election was saying, as well as my business. Everything was just like
On
my
hold.
attention diverted to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's basically it. I think it had a positive, um, um, not necessarily positive, a neutral aspect and then a negative
Mhm.
aspect on businesses. Yeah.
From my own point of view as well, I feel like there was a lot of tension around, like everybody with whoever you want to. It was seeming like if you are not choosing this person, you're the bad person, you are the enemy. We're missing out
Exactly.
on the point of it's not this person that is not choosing the person that is even going to be the president, or it's not this person that will be the politician that will be on that seat. That's not the person you hold responsible. Why don't you focus on the candidates and let's hold them responsible? Because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, if I'm choosing whoever I'm choosing, I will not be the one that will be there to make those decisions. I'm only feeling like that point that this person is the right candidate. I want to choose this person. You too, you also feel this way. So why don't you just put our thoughts together, use our thumb to print on who we want, and when the other person that wins or whatever, and then we're able to hold that person that, oh, I trusted you, like the same way we do it with our friends and all that, voice out
Yeah,
whatever idea
but
you have.
this thing you're
But
saying,
okay,
sorry, continue.
but at the end of the day, there was a lot of shady and shabby situation that happened with the whole election or electoral act. There were rigging whichever way they were rigging. People were complaining with the results. There were a lot of, everybody had their reservation as to why it was not free and fair election. And the
Yeah,
annoying part of it as well was the fact that it was my first time coming out to vote, even agreeing to even register and all that stuff, putting myself through all those stress because I wanted to believe, with the whole situation that there will be forces everywhere, nobody will do this. And all the trust we had in, the present government, we didn't see any of it playing into action. And
yeah,
I wouldn't lie, it was really devastating. It really like turned my idea back to the fact that go back inside and just focus on something else. Everyone, don't even stress no more about this. But at the end of the day, I would not discourage anybody that still have the idea as to if they want to go out and vote, if they still have any choice of candidate. Like I still believe it's a democracy world. Everybody have a choice to who they want and vote for who you want as well. It doesn't have to be the
yeah.
person I believe that should be the one for you as well.
I think what you said about giving people the liberty to, like, you don't see why the need why some persons were fighting themselves,
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, you can hold accountable the politician or the
Yes.
candidate. But I don't think that is feasible in Nigeria. We cannot really hold accountable the president.
Yeah.
And they do whatever they want to do. So that is why we, at our own level, I see that the youth are fighting
That was
each
what
other
we're
because they
fighting
feel like,
for. Yeah.
yeah, they feel like, why do you want to vote in this person that is obviously incapable because of his
Yes.
health issues? Like this man is deteriorated already. You understand? So I
Mm-hmm.
think that's where it's all coming from. We cannot, as a country, hold. We are not in that developed sense where we
Yes.
can
Yes.
actually say, oh, we want to hold our president accountable. No, they just do whatever they want to do. So I think that's why most people got involved in the whole fighting and bashing and what have you.
If
But,
other
yeah.
supporters that have their own reason is supporting the person, when the person is not doing well, they should be able to voice out that the person that they supported is not doing well. The same way they were campaigning for the person. I still feel like that's my own point of view. The same way you campaign for the person, you should be able to voice out. But as you said, this country is not even the country for that, because I'm sure if you try
Yeah.
to raise any voice, your speaker will be turned off or
What's
something.
done is done. So you just have to deal with the
Exactly.
pain that
Move
comes with it
forward
or the
and
pressure
yes.
if that's the case.
So was there in any way that this election or electoral acts affected any of your friendship or your business, like, from conversations or something?
No, no, it didn't affect any
Okay.
of my friendship. Like, because like I said, I tried as much as
To
possible to avoid
be,
confrontations
yeah.
and just divert the attention into something else. Even if I would say outrightly that there's just one friend that I realized voted for what was his name, Asiwaju, and I'm like, why? He couldn't give me a tangible response, and I was actually disappointed. Yes, everybody have their own choice
Reasons,
who they
yeah.
want to vote, but I don't see any way, in my opinion, how he can do something good. He's smart, yes. If he was younger, then yes, he would definitely be the best because Tinubu knows how to generate funds and he has the power. He works in that power
Yeah,
corridor of power, so he can actually
true.
save the country. But in this present state, I just feel like someone is going to be ruling the country off him. You get just the way it was with Buhari, and he was all there using our
True.
money to better his um, get through
His
his
health,
health issues and what have you. Yeah.
right.
So I just feel like it's going to be a repetition anyway. So, but
Well,
speaking
at the
about
end of the
friendship, I
day,
didn't really fall any bridge with anybody.
oh, thank God for that. I swear, I stayed as neutral as I can stay. I didn't even try to post anything about anything. I just felt like I know I want to vote for. You should know you want to vote for. At the end of the day, we'll meet wherever it is. I was just actually hoping for the votes to really count, for each individual's vote to really count. Well, as it is, we are hoping for a better future. We are hoping for a better governance, whoever the new one finally emerge after their court case or whichever it is. We just hope at the end of the day it's favorable to everyone because I don't think anybody wants to
Everybody,
experience the same situation we had for the past 8 years again. I don't think anybody
exactly.
wants to experience it
That's
no
true.
matter what. All right.
Yeah.
So, Jaden, thank you so much for joining this live section. Thank you so much for sharing your insights on this topic of discussion we had today. I really learned more than two things from you today. How I'm going to be able to solve my ad manager issue
Right.
and being
Yeah.
consistent with my business, and also trying to stay neutral whenever it has anything to do with election or the rest. So,
Very important.
so, so thank you so much for joining the live session. If you have any last words you would like to, chip in, I would like to give you the floor so you
Having
can go
me,
ahead. You have
no,
any?
I don't think there is
Okay,
any,
okay.
I've said a lot already.
Yeah, thank you so much. Even though you were shy, as you stated, but I still feel like this was a really awesome, chilled, and interesting
Really?
conversation I had with you. Yes, it was really
Yeah.
on a very serious note, and I appreciate that. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the day. And I'll talk to you
So,
soon, maybe on another section.
all right, no
All right,
problem.
then.
Thanks for
Thank you so
having
much.
me.
Enjoy the
Bye,
rest of the
everyone.
day. All right.
Bye.
All right. Guys, say thank you to Jaden. Guys, thank you so much for joining today's segment of Own It with OV. And see you next week.
Own it, girl, you just own it.